Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Breaking Ground and I am Swati Joshi. First up, a quick look at the top 5 stories which are our top focus on this broadcast. Number 1, Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi has launched a fresh attack on RSS and BJP over the student protest crackdown. Rahul Gandhi targeted Prime Minister Modi's "I forgive you" remark and also claimed that the RSS got scared and that led to a call by Mohan Bhagwat to not attack students. Number 2, a day after Congress Working Committee decided to sing only the first 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram at party events, Home Minister Amit Shah has hit out at the Congress, called the decision anti-national and accused Congress of returning to vote bank politics. Development number 3, Pakistan is rattled by Sergio Gore's Kashmir remark. Islamabad has extended the India airspace ban and has summoned US envoy. It has also removed poles outside Indian embassy. Well, India has hit back and has removed unauthorized barricades outside the Pakistan High Commission. We'll tell you all about that drama unfolding. We'll also tell you all about Rahul Gandhi's accusation that China is stopping Indian army patrolling Arunachal Pradesh and how there's a response now from the BJP that has hit back, calling that claim of Rahul Gandhi unsubstantiated. And we'll tell you all about the South huddle that took place. Southern states have raised a united voice on delimitation during their meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah. Karnataka CM D.K. Shivakumar stressed that representation must not be reduced, while CM Vijay called for equity and no loss of seats. So now let's get you all these stories in detail. Let's first talk about Rahul Gandhi's fresh attack, renewing attack on RSS and BJP over the student protest crackdown. Rahul Gandhi, while speaking during an event in New Delhi, accused the RSS of trying to impose its idea of truth on people, saying individuals must have the freedom to find their own truth. Rahul Gandhi contrasted the RSS worldview with Mahatma Gandhi's idea of Swaraj, saying no organization can claim to know the truth for another person. Rahul Gandhi also targeted the crackdown on students, saying young people know who caused their pain and their anger has spooked the RSS and the BJP. He also claimed that Prime Minister Narendra Modi's remark, "I forgive you," actually meant that everyone else is a fool and he thinks he is more smart than everyone else. Rahul Gandhi also claims that RSS was scared and that led to Mohan Bhagwat saying that students should not be attacked. So let's listen in to all these allegations, a renewed attack by the Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, against the BJP and the RSS.
When Mr. Narendra Modi says, "I forgive the students," please, I forgive you. Meaning what? You are a bunch of jokers. I am very smart. I know everything. You don't understand everything. And I forgive you. Then suddenly they got scared. And Mohan Bhagwat says, no, we should not attack the students. You are attacking the students every day because you believe you know the truth. If a student comes to me, in my mind, he knows or she knows her truth better than I will ever know their truth. My job is to listen to it. My job is to appreciate it. My job is to try and understand it. But I don't know it. I will never know it. That is really the political fight that is taking place.
Well, the centre is closely tracking the connect with the youth. Whether it's the opposition or the government, the focus is on youth connect. As far as centre is concerned, they are now tracking the performance of their ministers on social media, from their reach and engagement to their overall digital traction. So ministers have also been given social media performance reports with a push to step up their digital outreach. Let's break down the details. This is the inside scoop that we have for you. Number 1, cabinet ministers have been given their digital performance review. Ministers handed social media performance reports. Scoop number 3, digital outreach was assessed across digital platforms like X, Insta, FB and LinkedIn. Number 4, metrics include daily posts by the ministers, their engagement and the total number of likes that they get on the activity, day-to-day activity on social media. Number 5, follower profile and overall post traction was also analyzed, and that also has been made part of the report that was given. Scoop number 6, ministers have been urged to step up their digital outreach, and such reviews have been and will be conducted from time to time to measure the performance of the ministers when it comes to social media. Meanwhile, the Modi government is also stepping up its outreach to young Indians with a Vande, One University initiative. It's a nationwide initiative, part of the massive outreach program. And under this particular plan, union ministers will visit a university every day as part of the government's Gen Z outreach. The aim is clear: boost engagement with youngsters, develop a connect with them, strengthen that connect with Gen Z, with the youngsters. The ministers are also likely to hold direct interactions and talks with the students, a focused push by the government now to connect with the country's young generation. Let's go across to Shivam, who's getting us more details. Shivam, like I said, whether it's the opposition or it's the government.
Shakti and the vision of a Viksit Bharat in 2047. We have seen time and again, since especially the kind of political events that have unfolded in the last month, especially during the past parliament session, we have seen how Gen Z has become an electoral focus for both opposition parties as well as the ruling parties. While on one hand side, we are seeing the government again and again bringing different policies. One nation, one university, you said. Then there was announcement that the Prime Minister would say that we will also prepare the Olympic level athletes who are between the age of 5 to 15 years of age. Then there was also, free coaching which was given by the government, which was also announced by the Prime Minister of the country. On the other hand side, we're seeing consistently the Congress and other, India Alliance members are targeting the Bharatiya Janata Party, the NDA Alliance,
right,
for disrespecting the Gen Zs, the voters. We have seen the visual that are also emerging. And
absolutely, but the race and the competition to figure out who's vibing more with the Gen Z, who has more trust of the Gen Z continues. Shivam, thank you very much for getting us the details. We're moving on now. We have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast, and this is the latest that we are picking up as far as the Jantar Mantar protest probe is concerned. Remember, the Supreme Court spoke about a high-powered committee. Well, the Supreme Court has formed the high-powered committee, and this high-powered panel will probe the use of excessive force and violence against protesters by police authorities and other agencies. It also includes the deployment of pellet guns, electric batons, lathi charge that took place, and tear gas without adequate warning or proportionality, resulting in severe bodily harm and injuries, some of which are alleged to be of a grievous and lasting nature. The desirability of banning the use of metallic kinetic projectiles or pellets fired from pump-action rifles or projectile action guns, having regard to the grave and at times irreversible bodily harm occasioned by their deployment against protesters. This is what is part of the decision that has been taken. An inquiry into the allegations pertaining to the monitoring and surveillance of protesters by police personnel and the extent to which such measures, if undertaken, were consistent with the protesters' constitutional rights to privacy and free assembly. So the high-powered committee is going to look into all these angles. Remember, there was an argument where concerns were raised about the excessive use of force by the police personnel, and the Supreme Court had also said that's for the high-powered committee to probe. So now that high-powered panel has been formed that will look into all these questions and concerns of excessive force being used by the police officials during the Jantar Mantar protest crackdown, and the claims of pellet guns being used, deployment of pellet guns, electric batons, the lathi charge and tear gas shells without adequate warning or proportionality that resulted in severe bodily harm and injuries. Remember, there were several allegations. There were individuals who said that they've been targeted by pellet guns and they've suffered injury on their body. There were injury marks all across their body. Rahul Gandhi did a press conference with one such victim. Let's go across to our legal editor Harish Nair, who's getting us more details. Harish, high-powered committees what the Supreme Court spoke about last time that has now been formed, and this panel will look into the larger question and the concern which was about use of excessive force by the police personnel on the student protesters at Jantar Mantar.
Yes, that's right, Swati. This high-power inquiry committee will be headed by former Supreme Court Judge R. Subhash Reddy. And as you rightly said, the high-power committee, as Chief Justice said, will hold a free, fair, transparent, independent probe into the CJP protest violence. Several issues in the terms of reference that also includes use of pellet guns, use of facial recognition technology, and also the complaints filed by the students regarding excesses by the policemen, and also complaint filed by the kin of injured policemen seeking action against organizers. For the benefit of our viewers, let me read out some of the terms of references. That includes the use of excessive force and violence against protesters, the question of ensuring a proportionate and measured police response. Number 3, desirability of banning the use of metallic kinetic projectiles or pellets. 4, the necessity of ensuring that police and security personnel wear proper uniforms. 5, inquiry into allegations pertaining to the monitoring and surveillance of protesters by police personnel. Number 6, the alleged incidents of targeted violence, harassment, molestation, or any secondary victimization against female protesters. Number 7, the provision of medical and other requisite support. And number 8, regulation of issuance of blanket prohibitory orders. This is very important. And number 9, last, the establishment of strict constitutional thresholds and safeguards to prevent Section 152 of BVS, that is, from being invoked as an instrument to stifle political dissent and peaceful protest. So, as promised, the Chief Justice has now formed a high-powered inquiry committee for a free, fair and independent probe of all the allegations. One, the allegation leveled by the student protesters vis-a-vis excesses by the police, and also remember it was said that 240 policemen were injured. That aspect will also be probed.
Absolutely. So both sides will be probed. Whether it's the allegations of the student protesters that excessive force was used by the police personnel, or the case that has been made out by the Delhi police that several of their over 200 police personnel were injured. So all the angles will be probed by this high-powered committee. Thank you very much, Harish, for getting us the details. Let's move on now. Let's shift our focus to the other big story that we are tracking, the political face-off, which is only intensifying over Vande Mataram. Home Minister Amit Shah has now reacted to the ongoing Vande Mataram debate, and he has launched a blistering attack on the Congress party, calling the decision by Congress Working Committee anti-national. He said in 1937, the Congress divided Vande Mataram and decided to sing only 2 stanzas, and he says that was for appeasement politics, for appeasement of Muslims, and by doing so, the Congress party laid the foundation for partition of the country. He said Congress's decision confirms its policy of appeasement, and by implementing 1937 resolution, the party is rejecting a law that has been made by the Indian Parliament.
कांग्रेस पार्टी की कार्यसमिति ने एक आश्चर्यजनक और देश विरोधी फैसला लिया है। उन्होंने अपनी पार्टी के 37 के रिजोल्यूशन को फॉलो करते हुए महान वंदे मातरम गीत के 2 ही छंद गाने का फैसला किया है। मैं इस समय पर पूरे देश को याद कराना चाहता हूं कि 1937 में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने मुस्लिम अपीसमेंट के लिए वंदे मातरम के 2 टुकड़े कर देश के विभाजन की नींव डाली थी, और वहीं से 2 राष्ट्र के सिद्धांत को ताकत मिली थी। कांग्रेस का यह निर्णय केवल और केवल इनकी घोर तुष्टीकरण की नीति की पुष्टि करता है।
Now let's also tell you about the reason behind this latest showdown. So a few days after the controversy over rendition of national song at the Congress headquarters in Delhi, yesterday the Congress Working Committee decided that the party will only sing the first 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram at its programs. Congress Working Committee, the party's highest decision-making body, cited its 1937 resolution to back its decision. Now, as per Congress, the leading lights of the freedom movement like Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore backed limiting the public rendition of Vande Mataram to its first two stanzas. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge even challenged BJP to file a case against Gandhi, Nehru and Patel. Listen in.
हमारा स्टैंड वेरी क्लियर है। 1937 का रेजोल्यूशन महात्मा गांधी जी, पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी, रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर टॉप मोस्ट लीडरशिप ऑफ दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम decided that whatever the decision they took, we will abide that decisions. We are very, very clear on that, that our Congress party workers will do that only. This is our decision.
1937 में कांग्रेस वर्किंग कमेटी में यह प्रस्ताव पास हुआ था, जिसमें नेहरू जी, सरदार पटेल जी, मौलाना आजाद जी, तमाम बड़े नेता थे, गांधी जी और नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस, उन सब ने उस वक्त तय किया था कि वंदे मातरम के पहले दो स्टेंजे ही गाए जाएंगे, और जो हमारा उस वक्त कांग्रेस वर्किंग कमेटी का निर्णय था, आज भी हमारा वही निर्णय है।
They are a bunch of anti-constitutional lot. They are against the constitution, they are against the ethos of this country, they are against the icons of this country, icons like Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, icons like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, heroes like Sardar Patel. If these people can oppose Sardar Patel, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, C. Rajagopalachari, then what do we say? Who is anti-national now? It's in front of you.
Well, we are getting some breaking inputs now. So after Home Minister Amit Shah questioned Congress's resolution, the Congress party has hit back at the Home Minister, and Supriya Srinath of the Congress says Amit Shah has insulted freedom fighters. Supriya Srinath there reiterates the party's stand and says that we will follow the 1937 decision, which is to sing first two stanzas of the national song Vande Mataram.
जिस चीज को गांधी जी ने सहमति दी, नेहरू जी ने सहमति दी, सरदार पटेल ने सहमति दी, सुभाष चंद्र बोस ने सहमति दी, आचार्य कृपलानी ने सहमति दी, गुरुदेव रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर के कहने पर जो किया गया, हम वो मानेंगे, अमित शाह की बात मानेंगे। और अमित शाह जी, विभाजन की बात आपके मुंह से अच्छी नहीं लगती है, क्योंकि असलियत तो यह है कि इस देश की जंगे आजादी में आपकी छोटी उंगली का छोटा नाखून नहीं कटा था। आज आपको दो बातों का जवाब देना है। छात्रों पर पैलेट गन किसने चलवाई, क्या आपको पता था या नहीं पता था? इन बातों का जवाब देना है। राष्ट्रपिता महात्मा गांधी से लेकर सरदार पटेल, पंडित नेहरू और सुभाष चंद्र बोस जैसे लोगों को देश विरोधी कहने की ना आपकी हिम्मत है और ना हैसियत है।
Now let's break down the details of what the Congress's resolution mentions. Number one, first two stanzas, part of India's national movement. Number two, stanzas popularity is tied to the national movement. Number three, nothing in these stanzas that one may object when they're talking about the first two stanzas. Resolution number four, other stanzas described as hardly ever sung. Resolution number five, purported religious allusion in the other stanzas. Number six, references may not suit other religious groups. Number seven, validity of Muslim objections recognized. Number eight, first two stanzas recommended at national gatherings. And that is what has led to this massive controversy, with the Home Minister now hitting out at the Congress party. And echoing Home Minister's line, BJP netas accused Congress of having a Jinnah mindset. BJP netas also said that Congress party's resolution is highly condemnable, and it proves that for Congress, the party is above the country.
वंदे मातरम को पूरा ना गाना, ये वंदे मातरम का अपमान नहीं है, भारत माता का अपमान है। कांग्रेस की लीगी मानसिकता अब तक बदली नहीं है। 1937 में मुस्लिम लीग के दबाव में कांग्रेस ने यह फैसला लिया था कि वंदे मातरम पूरा नहीं गाएंगे। आज भी कांग्रेस भारत की संस्कृति, जीवन मूल्य, परंपराओं और जड़ों से जुड़ी नहीं है। वोट बैंक की घटिया राजनीति कर रही है कि कांग्रेस संसद के ऊपर है।
वंदे मातरम को लेकर प्रस्ताव पारित किया है, वो अत्यंत ही निंदनीय है। और इसके साथ साथ कांग्रेस पार्टी ने साबित कर दिया कि उनके लिए पार्टी देश से ऊपर है। इसलिए देश के संविधान के द्वारा प्रदत्त शक्ति के साथ संसद से पारित कानून से बड़ा है उनका कार्य समिति का प्रस्ताव। कांग्रेस ने यह भी साबित किया है कि वो अपने को संविधान से ऊपर, अपने को देश से ऊपर और अपने पार्टी के प्रस्ताव को संविधान के कानून से ऊपर मानती है, और उसके साथ अब इस अटकलों पर विराम लगा दिया है कांग्रेस ने कि वो अब आज की नई मुस्लिम लीग हो गई है।
आज कांग्रेस कार्य समिति जो अक्टूबर 1937 में जो कांग्रेस कार्य समिति ने रिजोल्यूशन पारित किया था सुभाष चंद्र बोस के खिलाफ, उसको फिर से सोनिया गांधी जी, खरगे साहब और राहुल गांधी जी का नेतृत्व, इन लोगों ने मिलकर फिर से कहा कि कानून जो कुछ भी हो जाए, देश भाड़ में जाए, पार्लियामेंट भाड़ में जाए, आपके बने हुए कानून को हम नहीं मानते हैं। आप समझिए कि ये किस तरह की अनार्की है कि हम यदि देश का कानून ही खत्म हो जाएगा, देश का कानून अच्छा या खराब है, देश का कानून सब मानता है।
आज वंदे मातरम गाने में सोनिया गांधी को बहुत दिक्कत हो रही है, ये शर्म की बात है। और शायद वो हमारे देश का तो है नहीं, इटली से आए हैं। अगर देश में रहना है तो भारत माँ गाना है। अगर कष्ट हो रहे, दिक्कत हो रहे तो देश से निकल जाइए, दूसरे देश में जाइए, यहाँ पर रहना नहीं होगा। अगर देश में रहना है तो पूरा स्टैंजा, पूरा गाना गाना होगा।
Let's go across to my colleague Shivam. Shivam, law has been passed in this country, in the parliament of this country, that mandates the 6-stanza version of Vande Mataram. Congress party says and cites in the 1937 resolution says we'll only sing the first 2 stanzas. Now BJP says that is a reflection of the Congress party's mindset, which feels that it's above the law of the land and the nation itself.
Well, exactly. So now it remains to be seen that how Congress will treat it, because remember the Parliament has also passed a particular bill making the national song equal statutory order as it's to the national anthem. So if there is an effort of obstructing the national song, the entire national song being played, it could again lead to the legal repercussions. And remember, this entire controversy on it has come to the forefront, started on 15th of August. There were little gestures by Sonia Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge at that particular time when the entire Vande Mataram was sung from the AICC headquarters. At that time, Jai Ramesh said that Sonia Gandhi was not obstructing to it, but was just asking for a chair. But the point remains to be seen that after yesterday's CWC meeting, if this is the official stance, then what was that? What happened on that 15th of August when there was a communication coming in from the Congress side that they were not trying to obstruct, they wanted to play the entire Vande Mataram Sanja. So what changed in the last 2 days from 15th of August to 17th, 18th of August? What has changed in all these 3 days? As it remains to be seen, what BJP is saying that now, since it has got the statutory provisions under the Preventions of National Emblem Act by the Parliament, it remains to be seen that if in future events, if Congress boycotts or try to obstruct any playing of entire national, song, it might lead to legal repercussions as well. So it remains to be seen how from here things will unfold, because clearly Congress is adamant on the fact that they will only play the first 2, so they will only sing the first 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram, while the Bharatiya Janata Party is saying that now there is a proper law in the parliament, passed in the parliament.
Well, Congress says BJP wants to manipulate history. BJP says Congress feels that it is above the nation and the law of the land itself. Thank you very much, Shivam, for getting us the details. That's where both sides stand. And with that, we're slipping into a very short break, but we do have a lot more lined up on the other side for our viewers. Do stay on with us here on Times Now. Down mode today. Rattled, desperate and completely parched of diplomatic leverage, Islamabad has resorted to petty, low-grade retaliation after receiving a crushing diplomatic blow from the United States. For months, Shehbaz Sharif tried to fake a close alliance with the White House, posing on global stage to look relevant. But Ambassador Sergio Gore's explosive statement has completely destroyed Pakistan's desperate propaganda. By calling Jammu and Kashmir an integral part of India, Washington has officially taken a side and left Pakistan utterly isolated. Pakistan continues to show just how rattled it is by anything that challenges its narrative on India. First, Pakistan has extended its airspace ban on Indian aircraft till September 24. The earlier restriction was set to expire on August 23rd. The ban covers Indian registered aircraft operated or leased by Indian airlines, and even military flights. But Pakistan's frustration does not stop there. Islamabad has summoned the top US diplomat after US envoy Sergio Gore called Jammu and Kashmir an important part of India during his Srinagar visit. A statement that clearly did not go down well with Pakistan. And another development. Security barriers outside the Indian High Commission have now been removed. Pakistan's desperate moves have triggered a tit-for-tat response from India. The barricades and queue management structures outside the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi have now been removed. The unauthorized structures outside the Pakistan High Commission, including queue liners near the visa section, were erected on a lane beyond the mission's approved boundary. Authorities have now cleared these structures and removed the external security perimeter. A clear message from Bharat: if Pakistan chooses confrontation, India will respond in kind.
Authorities have removed the structures, the shed and the queue management barriers outside the Pakistani High Commission, and you can see in these visuals that how these sheds are being put over here. They have been removed by the authorities. Now this was the queue managing barrier that was being put over here, the shed over here, and you can see over there that is window 1, Pakistan passport only written on that particular wall. But this particular structure was constructed outside the Pakistani High Commission. We know for a fact that it is seen as a tit for tat stand that India has taken against Pakistan. According to the sources, these structures, including queue liners installed near the visa section of Pakistani mission, were located on the lane outside compound's approval boundary. Now the development comes days after Pakistan removed security barricades and parking poles placed outside Indian High Commission in Islamabad. So a message has gone out by India to Pakistan that if you will indulge in such cheap theatrics, then India will respond in a strong manner, and hence these queue management barricades have been removed from over here. A strong message has gone out. We have to wait and watch what exactly will come out of it. But you can see this is the debris of the sheds that were being erected over here. You can see it was the window of the collection of visa application, of business conference, foreign sports. A strong message by India. We have to wait and watch what exactly will Pakistan have to say on this. This is Mohit Bhatt reporting from Pakistani High Commission for Times Now.
My colleague Akanksha Swaroop is joining us on the broadcast with more details. Akanksha, this reality check for Pakistan has come in from a country that it often runs off to crying foul. That particular country also believes in what India has been saying for far too long now. Not like India needs a certificate from US, but the reason behind this frustration of Pakistan is that very reality check that has come in.
Oh, absolutely, Swati, because remember, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar has always fronted India's cause, especially when it comes to Kashmir, reminding the United Nations, including the wider West, who he holds equally responsible. That includes nations like the United States, Canada, Germany, Australia, UK, which he feels were all equally culpable in calling Kashmir a dispute at the UN instead of calling it an invasion. Because remember, he's also highlighted how these were northern areas prior to 1970. And that the status of Kashmir is one which has been of an invasion, not a dispute as has been labelled by the UN, which is why he's saying that the UN and the international community need not place Pakistan and India as the perpetrator and victim being placed at par. So having said that, there's been a huge change, and going by the frustration which is very apparent by Pakistan in their démarche, in the last line that I want to quickly bring to our viewers, they say that US side was urged to ensure that its public statements remain consistent with the disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir. Ever since Mar-ke-Haq, we have always urged the US. So Mar-ke-Haq, of course, is what Operation Sindoor has been to us, and they've said that we've always welcomed the mediation between India and Pakistan by the United States and the US President. Having said that, it's for the first time the US has taken a clear-cut stance that yes, India is going to have Kashmir as its integral and inalienable part. Right. Whatever Pakistan may want to tom-tom to the world, it's their business. Story or problem, whatever one wants to say.
Absolutely. Akanksha, do stay on with us. Along with the reality check for Pakistan, there's a subtle message for China as well. Well, after a significant visit to Jammu and Kashmir, Sergio Gore has now reached Leh. His arrival in Ladakh comes a day after his Jammu and Kashmir visit, and the second leg of the trip is arguably even more significant. Gore is the first serving US ambassador to visit Ladakh, which is a strategically sensitive region that has long been at the center of the India-China boundary dispute. Ladakh's location makes this visit especially important, with India, China and Pakistan all holding territory in the wider region. And for Beijing, the message is unlikely to be missed. A serving US ambassador's visit to Leh gives Washington's engagement with Ladakh a clear diplomatic weight. So is Gore's Ladakh visit a carefully calibrated signal to China? That is the question now, which is being closely watched. Let's go back to Akanksha, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Like I said, a reality check for Pakistan, at the same time a subtle message for China. But help us decode US's strategy here. Are they trying to strike a balance? What is US here trying to say?
Right. The US president right now is very mindful that any kind of a strategic cooperation between India and the United States has to be via economic cooperation. That's been the line that's been told by the current Trump administration. And they're very mindful of the fact that the current bilateral trade agreement has still not been struck. And so by Donald Trump endorsing that defense pact between the Saudi Arabia, Turkey and even the Pakistanis is not going to openly help as far as the US relationship with India is concerned. This is a global strategic comprehensive partnership which Washington is also very mindful of. But as far as China and Pakistan are concerned, they cannot be delinked from the Kashmir equation. We've already seen what China is doing in Pakistan, occupied Jammu and Kashmir with their own CPEC projects, our own concerns with regards to Aksai Chin. And so with the US ambassador to India, who also happens to be the South and Central Asian envoy, Sergio Gore, making this visit to Leh and of course to Jammu and Kashmir is very strategic, especially for India's geopolitical calculus after the abrogation of Article 370. Swati.
Akanksha, do stay on with us. Now, all this comes after Sergio Gore's big statement on Jammu and Kashmir. The US ambassador to India has made it clear Jammu and Kashmir is an important integral part of India. Gore also praised the security situation, saying incredible steps have been taken to make Kashmir safer, and there's more. Gore said the US could consider downgrading its travel warning for Jammu and Kashmir. Listen in.
It's a pleasure to be here. As everybody here knows, I'm the U.S. Ambassador to India, and this is an important part of India, and so I'm here visiting for the first time. It is an incredibly beautiful place, and so I'm thrilled to be here, thrilled to see this place. We just had a very good meeting, and we have some follow-ups that we hope to take back to Washington, back to Delhi, but a very warm, a very cordial, and we look forward to building this relationship forward.
So let's now take a look at how America's stand kept changing as far as Kashmir is concerned, or it being a bilateral issue is concerned. Earlier, the stand that was taken was that Kashmir is a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan. But during Operation Sindoor, Trump deviated from the earlier stand and he offered to work for a solution. India, of course, rejected, rebuffed that offer, but Pakistan welcomed it. Now, Sergio Gore goes to Kashmir. Why does it matter? Because this is the first standalone trip by a US ambassador since abrogation of Article 370. First visit of top US diplomat after Operation Sindoor and Galwan clashes. Sergio Gore also serves as Trump's special envoy for South and Central Asia, and it comes amidst growing US proximity to Pakistan vis-a-vis Iran and the Nobel pitch. Only second time in 15 years that US ambassador has met elected Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. And all of that is, of course, significant. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has welcomed the statement, saying it is a very good sign. It's good that he has said what he did about Jammu and Kashmir being an integral part of India. And this is something Congress has been insisting on for a long time. But Congress leader Ghulam Ahmad Mir took a different line altogether. He questioned the need to make news out of a foreigner stating what he called an established fact, asking who has said that it is not an integral part. The BJP says decisions taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah are showing results, praising tit-for-tat response for Pakistan.
But we know that it's very good that he's saying something we have been insisting for a long time. But we know that it's very good that he's saying something we have been insisting for a long time.
ये किसने अभी तक कहा कि वो इंटीग्रल पार्ट नहीं है? अगर किसी ने कहा है तो हम उसको कोट करें, वो तो प्रूवन फैक्ट है. तो अब कोई कहे, कोई फॉरेनर आकर कहे, उस बात को आप न्यूज़ बनाओगे, दैट मीन्स आप बार बार जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों पर शक कर रहे हो.
Decision taken by the Prime Minister Modi ji and Amit Shah are showing fruit today.
when they abrogated 370 and 35A, there were people who were saying that it is wrong and when we come back, we'll bring it back. But today, abrogation has resulted into complete merger and amalgamation of Kashmir, and there's peace in Kashmir. There's no stone pelting today. There are people, boys who hold Tiranga in their hand. People are with laptops today in the valley, and then they rejoice the celebration of the independence. And more than 2 crore tourists have visited last season. So this clearly shows, and now the world is acknowledging it. This is the difference between the Modi Sarkar and the Nehruian theory of Kashmir.
स्वाभाविक है, टिट फॉर टैट, जैसा तुम करोगे, हमने तो कभी, जब तुम छेड़ते हो तो हम छोड़ते नहीं.
Let's go back to Akanksha, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Now, all the attempts, the efforts that have been put in to make Jammu and Kashmir safe, the Naya Kashmir which is emerging, have not been done so that, one fine day US starts acknowledging that and praising India for the attempts. But one thing is clear, there have been a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows in Donald Trump's second term, but the tone has now changed, Akanksha, isn't it?
Absolutely, Swati. One cannot forget that if the visuals only can speak for themselves where I'm standing right now. Look at the scenic backdrop as far as Leh is concerned, or even Kashmir is concerned. But remember, the United States did have a very strict advisory for all of those Americans who were planning to travel to Kashmir. But this time around, when he has made that visit and had that interaction with the Chief Minister, Omar Abdullah, who also very hearteningly acknowledged that he's not going to be complaining to a third party or a third country when it comes to issues of Jammu and Kashmir. So tourism matters, whether it is, say, strategic locations like Ladakh or even Kashmir. And ever since Operation Sindoor, there have been renewed concerns with regards to militancy and the security. But the government, of course, has cracked down where it comes to, say, the hybrid form of militancy in the valley. We are increasingly seeing how patriotic the people are. There is a renewed vigor as far as even tourism is concerned. And so the idea behind the abrogation of Article 370 was to only include the population of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh and make them as inclusive as possible, that it is all part of one India. And that is exactly what the abrogation has managed. So when the US ambassador to India, I will again emphasize, is very critical, who happens to be the South Asian envoy as well as the Central Asian envoy, when he emphasized that we will be giving a thought to downgrading that travel advisory for Americans, and I will take thoughts to follow up not just to New Delhi but even to Washington, the word is going to be traveling far and wide.
All right, Akanksha, thank you for putting things into context. Thank you very much for breaking down the details for us. With that, a quick break on the broadcast. A lot more on the other side as well. Stay on with us. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chaired the Southern Zonal Council meeting today on the outskirts of Chennai. This was a high-stakes meeting where leaders of the governments of 5 states and the Union Territory of Puducherry came together to meet the Union Home Minister. Several critical issues affecting the southern states and Union Territories were raised in this crucial meeting. The meeting was attended by Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar, Andhra CM Chandrababu Naidu, Tamil Nadu CMC Joseph Vijay, and the Keralam Chief Minister V.D. Satheesan. While the Chief Ministers of Telangana and Puducherry did not attend the meeting, they sent their representatives to the key huddle. Now remember, this is also the first time that the Chief Ministers of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are coming face to face after the latest round of the Kaveri dispute between the two states. The two Chief Ministers were sitting side by side during the meeting, but will there be a resolution of the conflict between the two sides when it comes to the Kaveri issue? Only time will tell. Several issues affecting the southern states were raised in the meeting with the Union Home Minister. For example, delimitation. So D.K. Shivakumar sought formal resolution from the government. He is seeking resolution to protect the strength of the southern states. On the issue of NEET examination, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu Vijay sought exemption from NEET for the state of Tamil Nadu. He was pushing for state quota on the basis of class 12 marks. On the issue of Kaveri water sharing, Karnataka has sought cooperation on the Mekdatu Dam project. Kerala has offered to share water to Tamil Nadu via the Mullaperiyar Dam. for greater fiscal autonomy, Andhra CM called for greater cooperation among states. Naidu's pitch was that South can become a $10 trillion economy. Now remember, the southern states have been concerned over the upcoming delimitation process for a while now. And the Karnataka Chief Minister welcomed Centre's assurance of no losses in terms of seats and representation for the southern states. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay also sought an assurance that there will be no reduction in the representation and urged the centre to uphold the principles of equity.
On delimitation, there is no change in our stand. We are with that, like 543, there should not be any reduction in the 543, and that we should be freezed with the 39. While 543 and 39 should be freezed, there is no change in our stand.
Let's go across to Vash News, getting us more details. So, all the issues concerning the southern states and issues between two states like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu were raised. Interesting reactions came in on delimitation. According to reports, both D.K. Shivakumar and Vijay, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, sought an assurance that the representation in terms of seats of the southern states will not reduce. But Minister Nirmal Kumar says we neither want addition nor reduction as far as seats of the southern states are concerned.
Well, if you see, today's meeting had a lot of representation from the heads of the states of the southern part of India. And in fact, when you talk about the delimitation issue, which was widely discussed because, right when the Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar spoke about delimitation, he said that the Congress would continue, particularly the state of Karnataka would want to continue to uphold the decision made by the AICC, and that they will they also want to freeze the number at 543. But on the other hand, when Tamil Nadu Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay spoke, he spoke that he is urging the Union Home Minister Amit Shah to ensure that he is giving an assurance, a reassurance in fact, to the state of Tamil Nadu that there would be no reduction at all. He did not speak or he did not mention about how the numbers should be fixed at 39 and at 543, which was in fact the very resolution that was passed on the all-party MPs meet that was chaired by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu himself on the 8th of August. And now he said that he needs reassurance that the numbers will not be reduced. Therefore, there was a contradictory element to the speech that was made by the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu today, following which the TVK Minister...
Well, a lot will be read into it. Is that an indication or a hint that the TVK is okay with the exercise, given that there is an assurance that the reduction in seats won't happen, that there will be no reduction in representation? A lot to read in between lines. Thank you very much, Varshni, for getting us the details. We're shifting our focus now to some breaking inputs on the broadcast. Amit, the Maharashtra FDA crackdown on Pan Masala advertisements. Notices have now been issued to actors associated with the endorsement. Maharashtra FDA Commissioner Mr. Tukaram Munde says the actors have been asked to explain their role in the advertisements. The department will decide its next course of action only after they receive the replies from these actors. The Commissioner has made it clear that further action will follow based on the actors' responses. So another action taken by the FDA Commissioner, Maharashtra FDA Commissioner Tukaram Munde says that further action will depend on the reply that comes in from the actors who have now been asked to explain their endorsement, their association with the brand, with the Pan Masala advertisement. So FDA now awaiting a response from the three actors, and based on their reply, further action will be taken. It all depends on the clarification and the replies that come in from these actors. Let's go across to Arunil, who's joining us in the broadcast with more details. Well, Tukaram Munde, with every move, has managed to make it to the headlines. This time, notices issued to the actors associated with the endorsement of the Pan Masala brand. And he says the further action will depend on what that reply is.
Well, that is right. Tukaram Munde just some time back, Swati, was taking a press conference, and when Times Now basically asked him this question, that what is the next update on the notices that the FDA Department of Maharashtra had sent to three prominent actors in India, that is Shah Rukh Khan, Ajay Devgan, as well as Tiger Shroff, in relation to the Pan Masala ads that they were doing. Tukaram Munde said that we are still awaiting a reply from the actors on the notices that have been sent to them, and according to as per their reply, we will be initiating our further move. Tukaram Munde was taking a press conference. Basically, it was mainly about a ban on sale of loose edible oil in Maharashtra. He said that when loose edible oil is being sold, it's whether it is foolproof, whether it is expired or no, that cannot be ascertained, and that is why it needs to be banned. So the crackdown from Maharashtra's FDA department in different various sectors, food-related sectors, continues now. This, despite the recent diktat that the Bombay High Court gave to the FDA department, wherein a 5 lakh rupees fine was imposed, and also the FDA department was told that it is going overboard. This was in relation to the complaint that was filed.
Well, remains to be seen what is the reply from the 3 stars associated with the advertisement of the brand, the Pan Masala brand. Thank you very much, Arunil, for getting us the details. A quick break. In fact, that's all we could pack for you in this edition of Breaking Ground, but we have a lot more lined up on the other side, so stay on with us.